All right, so we are looking at our 30, 60, 90 triangle. So I recommend drawing this picture up at the top. We've got a right triangle where here's 30 degrees and here's 60 degrees and that's 90 degrees. Across from 30 degrees is what we'll call X. Okay? And basically, the other two sides are dependent on that side. If we know what X is, we can figure out the other two sides. But if we know one of the other sides, we can like divide or whatever to find the other ones. So the hypotenuse is twice as big. So that's pretty easy. If it's twice as big, you just divide it by 2 to find the other one. If you have the smallest sides, just times it by 2 to find the hypotenuse. This middle side is square root 3 as big. Okay, it's square root 3 as big. This is a little more difficult than a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Can anybody tell me why that would be?
Because before properly from the triangle, the two sides that are the hypotenuse are equal.
Because it's what kind of triangle? What's that other name for it?
Right triangle.
Isosceles. There we go. Isosceles triangles are easier because just what Zach said. We have two sides are equal to each other, so it's less difficult. Okay, so now I'm looking right here, and we're going to start with number 2. So if this is 90 and this is 60, this must be 30, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, because all triangles, interior angles add up to 180, right? So it'd have to be. It does say 30. Across from 30 is 2, so that means y is the hypotenuse, so y would be 4. Good. So w would be 2 root 3, or 2 square root 3. Perfect. Okay. So all we have, we've got 2 right here. When we talk about the hypotenuse, we double it. We take that smallest side and we times it by the root 3 to get that other side. Okay, so those are just the 2 rules. Okay, we're going to make it just slightly harder. I've got the hypotenuse is 10. What would W be? It's the smallest side across from 30 degrees. 5, good, because it's half as big. Now what's Y? 5 square root 3. How we doing? I'm waiting for some questions. We're good? Okay. Number 5. We've got 5 square root 3 right across from 60. So that would make W what? 5. And that would make Y? Good. All right, now I'm going to give you a harder one. You ready? No. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do one more easy one? Just to make sure you got it? Let's go right into the heart. Okay. So, we've got 10. But 10, right here, is in a position where it should be equal to x square root 3. So I need to solve this for x in order to get it. What am I going to do? Divide by the square root 3. So I have 10 square root 3. Am I allowed to have a square root 3 on the bottom? What do I do to get rid of it off the bottom? Multiply square root 3 by the top and the bottom. So I get 10 square root 3 over, what's 3 times 3? What's the square root of 9? Oh, good. This answer is 10 square root 3 over 3. It's going to be blah square root 3 over 3. Yeah, every time. Okay. Now, we got to figure out what y is. What are we going to do? And what's that going to give us? 20 what? Over. Done. Okay. You ready for 10? 10's easy again. y is 20 square root 3 over 3. We just times it by 2. That's it. Okay. 10. What am I going to get? W is going to be 5 square root 3. And y is going to be 10. Good. All right, let's move to number 12. We got the hypotenuse is 6. So what's W going to be? 3. Good. And what's y going to be? 3 square root 3. All right. I heard some people feel like I was going too fast, but they didn't say that out loud. They just made noises. So what can I do? Do we have questions? Okay. I'm turning it over then. I'm looking at number 15. Okay. We have the hypotenuse right here for this triangle is 6. What would W be then? It would be 3. So this side right here would be what? 3 square root 3, which means y would be? So y would be 3 square root 3 times, I don't know why I'm writing so small, times the square root of 3. Because this is the smallest side, this is the middle side, its square root 3 is big. So what's 3 times 3?
9.
What's the square root of 9? What's 3 times 3? Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to write that out, though, what I just said. So I get 3 square root 9, right? Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Pretty sure we should do one similar to that. We just need to know those 2 letters. That's all it asks. Okay. Number 16. I have that the hypotenuse is 8. What is W going to be then? Because it's the smallest side. 4. People in the back, we're listening, right? We're good? Okay. So, now if I'm looking at just this triangle, the little triangle right here, this is 4. How am I going to find that smallest side? I know 4 equals x square root 3, correct? I need to divide both sides by the square root 3. Okay. Do you see this smaller triangle right here? Do we agree 4 right here is that middle side, which gives us x square root 3? Okay. So I divided both sides by the square root 3, and I get 4 over the square root 3. Can't have square root 3 on the bottom. Can we skip right to what it's going to be? 4 root 3 over 3. Okay. So if I multiply square root 3 times the top and bottom, I get 4 square root 3 over, stop talking in the back. Stop talking in the back. Over the square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So 4 square root 3 over 3. Okay. We're going to do 18, and I'm going to leave it at that. 18. I have the hypotenuse of a 45, 45, 90 triangle is 8. I need to know what this side is right here. What's it going to be? 4. Good. Right? Is that true? No. 8 equals x square root 2. I have to divide both sides by the square root of 2. I get 8 over square root 2. I multiply the top and bottom by the square root 2. I get 8 square root 2 over the square root of 4, which is 8 square root 2 over 2. 8 divided by 2 reduces to
4.
4 square root 2. This side right here is 4 square root 2. Okay, that's across from 30. So what's W going to be? Multiply by 2. So we're going to have 8 square root 2. What's Y going to be? What are we going to have to do to it, at least? What do we have to do to 4 square root 2 to get Y? Multiply by the square root of 3. What's... Because this side is 4 square root 2, and that's twice as big. 4 square root 2 times the square root of 3 gives us 4 square root 6. That's it. Okay, you've got your homework. It does have the formulas at the top. I hope that's helpful. That first one shows it. You have the rest of the hour to work on that.